Prepare should be ready. This is a very special broadcast on an emergency one about the very evil empire, the very exploitative and parasitic British colonial globe, that very damnable geological republic of Nigeria, or as a zoo, as we prefer to call it. They have continued to disgrace themselves, not because of the activities of IPOB, as some of them erroneously concern themselves with, but because of their own habit, because of their own evil ways, because of their lives, because of their gangsterism, because of their banditry, and because of how they have handled the case of Jubril Aminu al-Sudani from Sudan. This very evening I shall tell you how that young man was recruited. That is why he can never appear in public. This evening, systematically, stage by stage, period by period, I shall take you on a journey of awakening to understand that Nigeria is evil beyond evil, the soul and heart of iniquitous darkness that can never ever be sponged. They can never see light, I assure you. If some of you are privy to what is going on in that damnation, I assure you, only politicians see you will strangle him or her. But this evening we shall preach the truth, because we are whiter than white and whiter than snow, and moreover under divine instruction. Everything we say here is gospel, according to how heaven ordained it. Buhari is dead. That's why that thing descends to a man, claiming that they are in Japan for some bizarre reason. I don't know who taught them how to do Photoshop. I don't know who taught them how to edit live videos. But my oh my, something is happening. And the sooner you open your eyes, the better. I don't want anybody talking to me about the salvageability of Nigeria. I don't want people telling me about this unity in strength, about the positivity that should come from having access to such an enormous population. That is not our interest. Our interest is freedom. Understand that. Our interest is primarily freedom for the indigenous people of Biafra and for every enslaved ethnic nationality. And that's the mission called Nigeria. I believe very strongly that this very broadcast tonight will make it virtually impossible for Nigeria to survive as a country. I don't care if those of them from the Fotochalon accept this inevitability or not. But I'm telling you very confidently that I do not see how this thing can survive what is going on in Japan. They cannot survive it. We are hunting to do morning, noon, and night. They are lying to all of you, deceiving you, and feeding you lies with channel television, with BBC, and with an inconsequential online publication. I assure you that the truth will be revealed tonight, and if you patiently, systematically, and methodically follow all that we are about to present, then like us, you will come to the reality that Nigeria is not salvageable. Anybody talking about one Nigeria is insane. Anybody talking about one Nigeria needs to see a medical doctor, because your brain is not correct and can never be. What Britain created, the Nigeria that Britain created, as you started as a business venture. This plane was Royal Niger Company, not Nigeria. It was a minor company sent to Africa to see what they can gain or what they can exploit out of the ignorance in their own understanding of the locals. That is why this is we preach Biafra, we pray for it. We not only pray for Biafra, we ask for the precipitous and calamitous collapse of this country. I want Nigeria completely and totally destroyed, that the name will not even exist. That is how much I hate the place, and that is how much I despise it. They have killed us. Upwards of over 5 million people dead. Many are incarcerated. Many are in hospitals as we speak. Many are dying even as we speak. Those who previously laughed at us, they are now experiencing the same thing. They have seen their brutality, their arrogance, their illiteracy, their banditry, deep within the judicial space, and they are inhabited by mere mortals. Now let us begin with your pen and your paper ready. Please ask yourself this very simple question. This is the number one question, please. Who welcomed Jubril to Japan? That's number one question. Now what we are going to do is very simple. Every topic that I raise, I ask you without prejudice to please try to synthesize it. Try to digest it without prejudice, I beg of you. Try to digest every topic, every item that I raised this evening. Who welcomed Jubril Buhari? I say Jubril Buhari so it will be far more easier for some people to understand. When a head of state travels out on an official mission, there is always a delegation to meet them at the airport. I'm not going to bore you with what happened in Oman. Everybody knows that because you have the flight details. I want you to do a very simple comparison, which is very evident on my page and widely distributed everywhere. Who welcomed Jubril? If you look very closely and carefully at the footage that NTA, that God-forsaken NTA, Channel TV, we are showing, these are the people that work for the government. Apparently they are journalists, but they prefer to work for evil than to do that which is right. They were showing a footage, or they showed a footage of somebody in a place they called Japan, alighting from an aircraft. No official welcoming party from the Japanese government. The same people, one Chinese man and one Chinese woman that escorted them all the way from Asurok. These are the people in charge of the Photoshop. These two Chinese people are the people in charge of their Photoshop. This photoshopping they've been doing, manipulating pictures. The only problem is that they now know how intelligent we are. We can't remember it. That is why they struggle to show videos. There was NTA apparently, because this to them is a very major conference, or should I say a summit. NTA came with them, Federal Television came with them. None of them covered him live when he landed in Japan, as he claimed. I will follow him very carefully. That is number one. Nobody welcomed him because, as I keep saying, the Japanese authorities are in possession of my correspondence. I have made it very clear to those who are prepared to listen that that thing you're looking at is not Buhari. If it were Buhari, a high-powered delegation would have been there to receive him. this very carefully. The only reason why they traveled early was to avoid Jubril having an encounter with the proper Prime Minister. In this case, the Prime Minister of Japan. So they smuggled themselves either in or out. Heaven knows where they are because we've not found them. And we're looking for them. And I assure you, what we are looking for is to go to prison in Japan. We want to go to prison in Japan. So when we get to the court in Japan, the court will ask us, why are you here? Why did you attack a head of state? And we then say to the court, that thing there is not Buhari, because Buhari is dead. The court will be under compulsion by law to establish the veracity of our claim. And that's the end of the zoo and Jubril. So we know what we are doing. To some people, they may not understand it, but we know what we are doing. That is why we will get him, we will grab him wherever he is, and hand him over to the police. Heaven knows where he is, because we don't. They said right now he's at a place at Intercontinental Hotel. That's where they hit him. That's why they said he's been receiving people. He said it's a bilateral talks. Are you the Japanese Prime Minister or the Emperor to hold bilateral talks with people in another man's country? You're holding bilateral talks? Does that even make any sense diplomatically? But that tells you, in a country where there is no proper functional education, where the politicians send their kids abroad to study, that is what comes to the brain of the people. They can hardly reason anymore. But here on Radio Biafra, on this radio platform, if you come here, we force you to reason. And we must reason. Whether you like it or not. That is why we are IPOB. Exceptional. Exceptional movement. A gift to humanity. This IPOB is, I assure you. Those of them who now understand what we are doing. Those from the Middle Belt, I mean the Hausa people, those from the Middle Belt, and those our brothers from the Yoruba land now see what IPOB represents. We are just against injustice, wickedness and evil, that's all. Unfortunately, it will take some people a lot of time to come to this realization. Well, we are marching on all the same. I'm sure you've written it down on a piece of paper. Ask yourself this question. Who welcomed Jubril? And if Jubril were to be Buhari, how come there was no... In fact, you even make the matter worse. They said that Bishop Babiri, there's a report. A newspaper was reporting in Nigeria, in that zoo. Do you know what the paper said? Bishop Babiri joins other officials to welcome Buhari in Japan. In Nigeria and in Japan, to welcome in Nigeria and in Japan. Does that make any sense to anybody? Because people have been so stupefied by poverty, hunger and deprivation, their brain cells are no longer working. Nobody asked Bishop Babiri, what are you doing receiving your so-called Jubril Buhari in Japan? He visited Japan in an official capacity. Why are the Japanese not welcoming him? Why would Bishop Babiri join other officials? This is madness. The aircraft stopped. Joshua Nyama came down and a few other people. They now lined up some kind of guard of honor for Jubril to come down from the aircraft. But this is a camp. We are in Japan. What is Jubril doing? How can a Nigerian fly to Japan to welcome a Nigerian? Does that make any sense to anybody? We are just trying to build a foundation for you so you understand how daft some people are. But we are IPOB now. We know their truth. Nobody welcomes Jubril. And I want to point to, because if you say something is, how do I say it in English? If you say that something has a peculiar or a particular taste, you must tell us what it tastes like. I want you to go and look at all the videos of Buhari in 2015 when he was alive. All the videos of Buhari in 2016, very early 2016 when he was alive. Have people forgotten that Buhari, before he died, traveled to Germany? There was a full military guard at the airport waiting for him. You have forgotten. How come the same person that they rolled out red carpet for in Germany will now travel to Japan poster of South Africa brought and compare the two, you will know who is the president and who is an imposter. Just go and do the comparison yourself. The videos are there. Because I want our people to develop the ability to rationalize, to reason and to think. That is why Africa is poor. Because we don't reason, because we don't think. And that is why I know that Biafra, oh my goodness, will do this in such a way that if your food drops on the ground, you pick it up and eat. Because we are intelligent. I'm telling you the truth. We are exceptionally so. Go and look at the reception received by the Ramaphosa. You know who is the president and who is an imposter. That is number one. Note it down on your piece of paper, please. And now, let me ask you this question. Why was it that the presence of Jubril was not acknowledged? Whether the day he came, or even today. I challenge anybody. Right now, they are working on the same video that we know they never appeared in. They're working on it right now to see how they can insert motions into it to say that Jubril was there. I'm asking you, how can a giant of Africa, so they claim, be standing, they took a photograph. Jubril was seen, in fact, there is a Photoshop, we'll come to that later. They inserted him at the back. When you come to Africa, you count Egypt, Nigeria, South Africa. Anytime you go to any G7 summit or G20, all the heavyweight countries stand in the front row. Go and check it, any summit you go to. This time, the Photoshop guy from China puts Jubril somewhere to travel electronically from Japan to Nigeria. And you said that is the president. 10 hours. I keep saying it now. Write it down on the piece of paper. Why is there no video? Live video. We shall get to implications later. Having compared the two videos, you will see here how the president is received and how a criminal, a bandit from Sudan, I'm not finished with Sochina. The caller on the line, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Caller on the line, can you hear me? Good morning to you, Louise.